Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Bobo. With me, as always, is Travis.
Hey, guys.
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Oh, pumped.
We just had a nice little lively conversation, so...
I don't know about live, but we disagree. Travis and I were discussing what is or is not art, and we cannot come to an agreement on that at all.
And,
which is funny because I just looked up in Wikipedia about the classification disputes of the word art.
Okay.
And it's not just me who likes to argue what actually is or is not art. Apparently, lots of other people do too. So I feel at home with that.
Yes.
There's a whole Wikipedia article on just the classification dispute of art.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
No, me either, but I'm happy that it exists.
All right.
Just for situations like this.
Cool.
Which I caught Travis in a trap, if you will, by forcing him to say that the movie Fast 5 is art.
I would agree with that.
I just love that. Which is funny because usually when you say something is not art, it's like degrading it. Where
Right.
I don't think Fast 5 is art. However, I think it's enormously entertaining. Travis could basically bomb it off the face of the earth and be happy.
Sure. Oh, no, I think it's terrible art.
And yet I forced him to call it art, and I degrade it by not even calling it art.
Sure.
I just love how that happens.
Listen, I have no qualms about that. It's not art, or it is art, but it's not good art.
Which
And-
I think it's just great entertainment.
well, I wouldn't even call it that.
Have you seen Fast 5?
No. I have
How
not.
do you know?
Listen, I do not have an educated opinion about Fast
Dude,
Five.
they steal a bank vault.
Spoiler alert!
And
What if I was gonna watch it?
Okay, you're going to now because it's a heist movie. They steal a bank vault and drive it down the street,
Yeah.
attached to some cars. It's awesome.
Yeah, like the thing about it is,
Hope that's Fast 5.
I bet
I think
you,
it is.
the thing about it is, like, it probably is an enjoyable, like, entertaining movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't want to pigeonhole yourself there.
Yeah, I don't want to say things again. I'm uneducated, but there are so many other better movies out there that I would rather watch. That one just does not make the cut. Like, for years now, I've been wanting to watch the movie Pacific Rim because a friend of ours has said,
Oh,
How
Dizzle
awesome.
loves that movie.
yeah, how awesome that movie is. And I was like, you know what? Okay, just one of these times, I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch this shitty movie and just but I never do. There's always something better to watch.
So you know what I did last night, actually?
What's that?
I didn't mention this at all till just now, actually, but I sat down. So I saw that Escape from New York is on Netflix.
Okay.
I watched it last night.
I've never seen any of the Escape movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Escape from New York's the only one. Escape from LA is fucking atrocious.
New York is the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
The original one with Kurt Russell, Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Dude, so that movie is only an hour and 40 minutes long.
Okay.
It's just funny how in 30 years, the pacing of movies has entirely changed. Because when I'm watching it, it feels slow.
Yeah.
But it's a short movie. It's not even 2 hours long, and it's like an escape movie. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of action in it, a lot of guns, a lot of blood, and
all things that make great movies.
right. But an hour and 40 minutes, the scenes feel slow and drawn out, which I'm just amazed by that now.
Yeah.
Like, because watching The Godfather is sometimes almost excruciatingly slow.
Yep. Yeah. I don't have an appreciation for older movies for that exact reason, because I never watched them. Like, I never watched them growing up. At some point in my adult life, I decided to go back and start watching some of the
classics,
the quote unquote classics. But I don't. I find the pacing to be very fucking slow. So
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
I think that's the biggest problem with watching old movies is definitely the pacing.
Except for Cool Hand Luke. That's the one that always breaks through for me.
That's a good movie.
I do love that fucking movie.
I mean, The Godfather is a great movie too. When you watch it now, if you haven't seen it before,
Right.
it does move slow in spots.
Yeah, and so where everybody's like, yeah, those movies are great. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I don't really understand.
Well, I can't help you there.
No. So what do I want to, well,
What?
You were talking about a trailer that you watched today.
So the new Star Wars trailer came out a couple
Right.
weeks ago, and I'm fucking pumped for that movie.
Right.
You seem a little reserved about it.
I'm a little, here's why I'm irritated.
Okay.
And it's not because of the trailer. It's not because of the movie. It's not any of those reasons. I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Uh-huh.
And before I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I resigned myself to the fact that I don't want to watch any more fucking trailers for The Last Jedi. because I know I want to see it. I don't want any parts to be ruined or anything like that. I just want to go see it and not see any more fucking trailers.
Okay. And it was there?
It was a trailer for Guardians.
Of course it was. Yeah.
And so I have a love-hate relationship with trailers.
I do too, and I feel the same way. If I know I want to see a movie,
right,
I do not want to see anything about it.
Yes.
I don't want to read your reviews about it. I don't want to read critics' opinions about it. I don't want to see what the budget fucking was. I just want to see the movie.
Why does the budget matter?
Because we'll get to that because that's about our topic this week.
Okay.
Budgets in movies matter very much, and I just want to see the movie. That's it. If I see a title or I see a little snippet of a movie and I'm like, that looks awesome, that's all I want to know.
Okay.
I want to know nothing else about the movie because I don't want anything spoiled for me, and I want no preconceived notions before I see it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So that's how I feel about it. We're on the same page there about that, I think.
Okay.
Now, if there's a movie that I don't really I'm not invested in, like I want to see the movie, but I'm like, oh, it looks like a cool movie. I'm not super invested in it, then I don't care. Then I'll watch every trailer out there.
Sure.
In hopes of not getting myself to that point, the cutoff point, where I'm so pumped I want to see nothing else.
Right.
I'm right there with the new Blade Runner.
Okay.
I saw the new Blade Runner trailer, just came out like a week or two ago.
Yep.
And that movie looked fucking great.
You loved the first one, right?
I love the first Blade Runner.
Okay. Because I've never seen the first Blade Runner. We've talked about this before.
And I think this is one of those movies you're going to need to see the first one before you see Blade Runner.
That was going to be my question. So I should probably watch it. Because the trailer for the new Blade Runner looks awesome.
Yes.
So I should go watch the original Blade Runner.
Blade Runner is a very deep movie.
Now, should I watch the theatrical version or the director's cut?
I don't know if it matters.
Okay.
A lot of people put a lot of stock in one version or the other, especially on classics like that, because there was a lot of back and forth with Blade Runner with the theatrical release and the director's cut.
Right, because doesn't the director's cut kind of reveal some other information?
Ridley Scott really did not like the theatrical release of the movie.
Okay.
He was a very vocal opponent of the theatrical release. So to him, the director's cut was a very special thing for him. And he puts much more stock in it.
But isn't the director's cut, doesn't it kind of reveal that a little bit more that Harrison Ford is in fact a robot?
Some think so.
Oh, okay.
Some think
it's not definitive?
Some think, it is not definitive.
They don't show him like oiling up like one of his joints or anything?
No, but they do. People do think it changes the meaning of the movie, the two cuts.
So, okay. Well, I will definitely go. I don't know. Is it on Netflix? I want to watch it.
Will that affect the overall opinion and how you view the new movie? No, I don't think.
Right, but it'll just be good to know the backstory of,
Correct.
of what's going on here.
I think so.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you should absolutely go check it out.
Right.
But
that movie not being a summer blockbuster, that kind of had us thinking about some of these ones. That
so it comes out in October, which
Right.
we were talking about doing an episode on predictions, and we talked about something the new Blade Runner trailer. And Travis is like, well, we can't really talk about new Blade Runner because it comes out so far in advance in October. By the time it was out of theaters, it'll be Christmas.
Right.
We're not going to save till Christmas to talk about that stuff later. We want to bring it back sooner. So he's like, let's talk about some movies that are coming out much sooner than that.
Right.
And you know what? Summer's almost here. Sun's out, guns out. Summer Blockbusters the episode.
There we go.
So let's talk about what we're gonna do for this episode.
Okay. So we're gonna kind of go. We're gonna be betting gentlemen here.
Okay. Gentlemen's agreements.
So gentlemen's agreement. So we're gonna talk about some of these movies, and we're gonna. I looked up to kind of see what some of the experts think that these movies are going to make totally in a U.S. gross. So I don't care about the world at this point.
We had a discussion on that.
We did.
Because I care a lot about the world gross and you don't at all.
Right, not at all.
Why don't you?
For this thing, for what we're doing here, I only don't care because there wasn't a whole lot out there about what the world gross would be.
Gotcha. Okay.
I care for our podcast only. I only think about you people. So, which is pretty much true at this point. But, so the first movie we're going to talk about, because, we are recording this before Memorial Day weekend, and this came out on Memorial Day weekend. So let's talk about Baywatch a little bit.
Okay. Baywatch.
The new travesty that is remake movies.
I just heard an interview today with David Hasselhoff on the Dan Le Batard show.
Okay.
He wasn't talking. People asked, is he on the show to promote Baywatch? He's not. He has a small cameo in the movie, I found out.
Oh, does he?
But he's not like a part of the official promotion tour for the new movie. And he actually disagrees with the direction they took Baywatch.
Does he have a part, like a piece of the action?
He's in the movie. He has a cameo.
No. Does he have a piece of the action? Does he own any of the Baywatch?
I do not believe so, no.
Really? Because I would have thought he might have.
Not from how he talked about it.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So what I've found here is that what they're predicting is $127 million for this movie.
Okay.
It's gross. It's not in the first weekend. But it's, that's not.
We're talking total theatrical run in the U.S. for all these numbers.
Right.
Whatever the movie makes in the U.S. at the end of its theatrical run, that's what we're going on.
Right. So we're gonna kind of predict the over under, whether we think that it is going to make more than that or less than that.
Okay.
We're going to put all of these up for polls on the website. So we're going to revisit this at the end of the summer or whenever. And
hopefully by Labor Day, maybe a couple weeks after that, once we've given these movies a chance to settle down in theaters.
Yeah, it depends on...
Most of these movies, even if they might not be done in theatrical run, by the first 3 or 4 weeks, we know what the numbers are going to be.
We're going to have a good guess. Yeah. So we're going to revisit this. So we're going to give you also the opportunity to voice your opinion, whether you think that these movies will make more or less than what these quote unquote experts pin them as.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with Baywatch.
Okay.
$127 million. Doesn't seem that outrageous to me.
What do you think? Do you want to give the number first, then talk about it, or do you want to talk about it and then give a number?
Well, I don't really have a number in mind.
Okay, I do.
Okay. So I think it's going to make less than 127.
I agree.
What is the number that you think?
70.
You think 70. So
Can
I give you some stats?
I lied.
Okay.
50. Put me on for 50.
Oh, Jesus. I think it makes...
I think this will be one of the biggest flops of all time.
No.
Yes.
I think that's reserved for King Arthur. That came out too.
That movie flopped hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's no. So let me give you a couple stats on this. So
okay.
I don't necessarily think that this is a 21 Jump Street type movie, whereas that one kind of came out of nowhere, but people really loved it.
Yes.
That made $138.4 million
in the U.S.
In the U.S.
Right.
These are all U.S. numbers.
On what budget? Do you have a budget for that?
I don't have any of that kind of
It's
stuff.
a comedy movie. Budget's probably 25 mil or so. That's a good number.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a reason why that matters to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Like
the amount of money. I'll tell you why.
Uh-huh.
You asked for absolute mirrors. The answer is yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And it matters because the amount of money that a studio has in a movie is very proportional to the amount of effort they will put to get back that money at the end. Which means they will market the shit out of a bad movie if they've got $100 million in the drain on it.
Okay. Well,
unless they know it's not salvageable.
Right. Okay. That's the X factor there.
That happens. It's not common though. People did not think King Arthur, for instance, was going to flop before it really fucking flopped.
No, I kind of saw it coming from the marketing in King Arthur that it was going to flop. The commercials were not good commercials. The trailers were not good trailers for that movie.
But it also was not a good movie. It's hard to polish a turd sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it. But anyways, again, let's go.
I'm just going by the crit. I'm not going to see it.
But
so
to your point, that is a good point. That does kind of tell you how invested they are with that movie. So let's go with a couple other examples here. The Power Rangers movie,
terrible flop.
Only made $85 million.
Right.
Dukes of Hazzard movie, I would say kind of in the same category as this Baywatch movie.
Yes, absolutely.
It made $80 million.
Okay.
So your $50 million might be a little low.
I'm going 50.
However,
okay,
we have a more recent example. The Chips movie. First off, did you know it was out?
Yes.
I didn't even know it was out.
I know it made an astronomically low amount of money also. Wasn't it like 13 million?
Close. 18.6
yeah,
million.
It's a ridiculously low number of money. Yeah.
I was in doing this, I was like, oh well, I wonder what they're predicting with the Chips movie. And then I looked it up and was like, holy shit, that movie's been out.
Yeah.
God damn. But yeah. So you're going. Okay. So I'm definitely. What did I say? I said over.
Also, I'd like to point out that all of our friends were talking about the Power Rangers movie months ago before it came out, saying how awesome it was going to be. And
Right.
I was the only one saying it was a fucking failure and a disaster of an idea. Bobo was right. That movie sucks, and the critics panned it, and it flopped because no one our age gives a fuck about Power Rangers anymore.
We had a couple friends that went and saw it and said it wasn't bad.
They were the only ones.
But listen, I don't know. I didn't see it. I can't. Listen. $85 million. I don't know what the budget on that one was.
Almost that much.
Oh well, bro.
A lot of CGI. So budgets in movies are what the movie is. So there's a lot of actors in that movie. There's a lot of CGI and there's a lot of action. Action movies require stunts, require props, require explosion. The dollar goes up. The only other kind of movie that costs that much money are what you call ensemble casts, like Ocean's 11.
Right. It was $100 million.
So it's a lot of money. Yeah.
So they lost money on that one.
Oh yeah.
Well,
not because they have
yeah,
overseas.
Yeah, they had overseas money.
But also, budgets don't take in the marketing. That budget's the production budget. That does not include things like marketing and stuff like that.
Okay.
So they actually lost more money than the production budget show. So if a movie breaks even, like say it makes $85 million and the budget was $85 million, that means it lost money.
Well, yeah, and then at this point, Power Rangers probably didn't lose money because of the overseas. I'm sure it was more popular overseas. Right. But anyway, so are you sticking with your 50 million?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
50 million.
50 million.
50 million.
So,
and the reason I think that is it has about a 13% positive review by the critics right now. And today on the radio, David Hasselhoff went on national radio and panned that movie.
Okay. So
that's a problem for a new movie coming out when the guy who is the face of that show, whether he's in a movie or not, who has a cameo in the movie, says, That's a big fucking problem.
Right.
And I don't think anyone gives a fuck about Baywatch.
Oh, I don't either. I think it looks like a piece of shit. So
yes.
I'm also going to go under.
Okay.
Now, the dollar amounts don't really matter, but
I think we should keep score on that. I pride myself in knowing this stuff. That's why we play the Fantasy Movie League together.
Right. Which I'm losing.
Yeah. But last season you crushed me.
And if I throw out a Hail Mary this week, I did last week and I caught up.
So I caught up a little bit too, though.
No.
I got more than the average, though, this week. So
yeah. But I threw out a Hail Mary.
I saw that.
And it didn't. Well, first off, it doesn't matter. For people that don't know what we're talking about, there is a fantasy movie league.
It's called, go to fantasymovieleague.com. It's made by Matthew Berry, who is one of the most renowned fantasy experts in the world. He writes for ESPN. He runs, Roto. Talented Mr. Roto is actually his nickname. If you don't know who Matthew Berry is, fuck off. But there is a league you can go on the website and you pick movies every week against a budget and you try to get the top grossing theater out of the best 8 movies you pick.
Just go read about it because it's insane to kind of explain how this goddamn thing works.
It takes 5 minutes a week though, and if you're interested in movies, it's a lot of fun.
It's not bad. It's if it took more than 5 minutes a week, I wouldn't do it.
Exactly, but it's 5 minutes and it's fun. Anyway, that Baywatch we both agree is under.
I'm gonna go 75.
I'm gonna go 50.
Okay.
Now this is Price is Right's rules.
You can't go over. It doesn't
matter. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Anyways, if we're close, we'll say no. Price is Right.
What's the next movie you want to talk about?
Next movie. Let me go down my list here.
Okay.
Let's talk about Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
What's the difference? I don't care. I don't know.
Well, okay.
It's the third reboot of Spider-Man.
Okay.
In modern times.
That doesn't make Spider-Man 3, but okay.
I don't know why I said Spider-Man 3. I don't because it's the third reboot. I don't know. I'm getting sick of these fucking Spider-Man reboots.
So okay. So far, the summer blockbusters that we're talking about are recycled.
Yes.
Which is irritating.
Well, we're going to it's going to be a common trend.
Oh, I know. And I think everybody knows that. And I think everybody's kind of irritated. But until people start going to see other movies that aren't remakes or recycled, we're not going to.
Which is funny because people do.
Sort of.
What's the last original movie you went to see? Like totally original.
Well, I guess it would have to be Lion.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the last one you went to see?
I guess La La Land.
Okay, so about the same time.
Well, we did that Oscar thing. That's kind of tainting it a little bit.
Right. So before that, what was the?
Ooh, it's a good fucking question.
That is a good question because I'm trying to think.
Can't count Rogue One. It's still in the Star Wars universe.
Yep. And man, I don't. Ooh.
So we're already back in 2016.
I'm sure there's.
Do we count?
Oh, well, what are you going to say? Do you count books that were
Right, or do you count like Ant-Man, which was an original comic, but it's still in the Marvel universe?
I don't count Ant-Man because it's part of a superhero.
Gotcha. So no superhero movies by default can
So
count.
I think maybe mine was The Martian.
Yeah, might be. When did Interstellar come out?
Before that.
Okay, then it was Martian then.
Yeah.
I saw The Martian.
It's funny. I think the last 3 original movies that I've seen all had to do with space.
Yes, Interstellar, The Martian.
Gravity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be it. So
two of the last 4 probably for me were Christopher Nolan movies because Inception.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I saw Inception in the theaters. Anyways, so this is kind of irritating, but Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. Did you see Civil War?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Well, I know that you get irritated with superhero movies, so I wasn't sure if
I've
you
seen
saw
them all.
Okay.
You guys give me a hard rap because I don't have a hard on for them like all my other friends do apparently.
Right.
But some of them are good movies, and I say that, but my opinion gets overlooked because I think some of them are fucking dog shit, and you guys still gobble them up like they're fucking, I don't know, fucking Chinese buffet. Just shove them in your fucking mouth.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the case because
Well, people went to go see fucking Doctor Strange. Blah, 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 blah.
I heard that wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it though.
Wasn't a good movie.
Okay.
People went to go see Suicide Squad.
I like Suicide Squad.
Right.
But I freely admit I think that was a product of everybody saying it was so bad that literally they probably could have taken a dump on the screen.
And you'd be like, 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. But but Civil War was great and Spider-Man was really good in it.
Yes.
So
agreed. And I really liked the original Spider-Mans. I didn't like the reboots, the second reboot as much.
I think I've only seen the first 2 of the original Spider-Man.
I've seen them all, and the first 2 are classics as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
As far as the superhero,
I don't think I saw 3, and I think that one was
that one panned. It was not nearly as good as the first 2. It's still a good movie to me though. But
so what they're predicting is $240 million for this. Okay. So Bobo, do you think it's going to be over or under?
Under.
You think under?
I'm going to go 220. So slightly under.
Okay.
My reason for that is this. I think people are getting sick of superhero movies already because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Logan have come out recently.
Right.
And I think people know it's the 3rd reboot for Spider-Man, and they're not happy about that. However, the previews do look good, and it looks like a good movie. So I think it'll be slightly below the projections. Not much, but slightly below because of that.
Okay. So let's go through a little history here.
Sure.
The original Spider-Man, the one in 2002. That one did 403 mil.
Right. That was also a different time. Period.
Sure.
Yeah.
The next one, the one that came out in 2004, 373 million.
Yep.
Spider-Man 3, even despite being a piece of shit, 336 million.
But see, that's a lot less. I mean, that did $40 million less than 2, which did $30 million less than the first one. That's a downward trend.
Sure, it's a downward trend.
And what did the other 2 after that do?
But so The Amazing Spider-Man did 262.
Okay.
And then this Amazing Spider-Man 2 did 202.
Okay.
But I think we can all agree that there wasn't that much hype around either one of those.
I don't think there's as much hype around this movie as you think there is.
I don't think so either. But I'm talking as
there is hype.
I'm talking about as far as the original original Spider-Man.
Agreed. I don't think it'll touch those numbers.
Sure, no, I agree. I don't think so either. 240. Man, that's a pretty good number though for it.
So here's I'm going to throw out some other numbers for you.
Okay.
Logan did 225.
It was rated R.
It was rated R.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange did 232.
Ooh.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is already at 308. X-Men Apocalypse did 155. That's a franchise with a lot of films in it, like Spider-Man, with a different cast.
I'm sorry, what did that
X-Men
do?
Apocalypse did 155.
Yeah, that one wasn't. That one was. Well, I haven't seen it, but from what I heard, was not a very good one. And the one before that was not a. Fuck, I can't remember what the The X-Men before that one.
Now, Captain America movies before that have done like 400 some million.
Yeah.
Now, Ant-Man did 180.
Right.
So, I don't know where it's going to play. I think it's going to play in the 220 range.
I'm going to go over, and I'm going to do a complete Price is Right move. I'm going 241.
Okay.
Because I think that's a good number. It's an established character.
It is. We're basically almost agreeing with the critics here.
Sure.
I think they're slightly overestimating because it's Spider-Man, and I think that the hype will not be what they think it's going to be. Whereas you're thinking that based on the prior success of Spider-Man, it's going to carry it slightly above the critics.
Actually, that Doctor Strange number, that one really kind of that one kind of put me over the 240 mark.
Okay.
Because Doctor Strange. There was
a big lull in movies though before that one came out.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
No, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with my decision.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go to another piece of shit.
Moving on. Let's do it.
Let's go to Transformers Last Night.
Okay.
God damn.
My thoughts on Transformers. Michael Bay's fucking baby child.
Have you seen any of them?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen one, the first one.
I saw the first two.
You saw the first two. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That one wasn't that terrible.
It was okay.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah. But
sometimes though, a movie being okay that's what I want. It was fine. I went to theaters, I saw it, and I said, cool.
But I feel like the Transformers franchise is just like the Fast and Furious. They're just beating the same goddamn pig. Like, you know.
I want to hear what the numbers are for it.
Okay, so what we're talking about is 167 million. That's the projected.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's low. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, let's throw out some numbers here.
Well, I got some. How about I'll throw some stats for you this time?
Okay.
So, first Transformers did 319.
Yes.
The second one did 402.
Right.
The third did 352, and the fourth did 245.
It's a pretty steady decline after the second one.
A $100 million decline from Dark Side of the Moon to Age of Extinction. And that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Age of Extinction, which was 3 years before Dark of the Moon. So they're on a consistent path also.
Right.
But 167 feels in line with that number.
It does. It does. I mean, it dropped over 100 million from from the moon to the Age of Extinction. So it's not unreasonable that it'll drop, less than 100 million again.
Any other stats?
No, those were
That's funny. We had the same stats on that one. Now, also, Michael Bay's last episode where he's directing it, his last installment.
Do you think that plays into it at all?
I don't know, but it's been marketed. I've heard that. I don't know much about Transformers, and I know that. So
I did not.
Okay, keep that in mind. I don't know much about it, and I've heard that.
Okay. So, 167. God damn.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to say 180.
I really don't know with this one. Because
I think these Transformers movies have a floor. And I think the floor is around 200 million. So I'm going to say 180, 200, around there. 180 being low, but I think that's about the floor because they're big budget blockbusters.
Yeah.
And people saw it for 245 last time.
Sure.
And that movie was terrible. And it was panned by critics.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go under 160.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. So what's the next one we're going to talk about?
Next one we're going to talk about is everyone's fucking least favorite. Pirates of the Caribbean. Another fucking reboot. Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Well, it's a sequel. It's not a reboot. Right?
Sure.
Okay.
I guess. These movies are dog shit, so I don't know.
There's a lot of people that think these are not bad movies.
Would you like to know when the first one came out?
Sure.
2003.
Yeah.
It's been 14 years of Johnny Depp playing a goddamn swashbuckling idiot.
Listen, Johnny Depp's been playing the same character for 14 years.
Yeah, a fucking weirdo.
In other movies as well.
Yeah. I'm just saying, 14 years of this shit, fuck off, man.
Listen, I'm to be honest with you, I honestly have no idea how many of these I've seen.
I don't either, because they're all the same movie to me.
Right. We just had a discussion about this, where the people that I was talking to couldn't tell the difference. Like they were getting the movies mixed up because they didn't know which one was which is kind of an issue.
Yeah.
I think I've seen maybe two of them, but it could be as low as 1. I'm just not sure.
I've definitely seen the first one.
Yeah, I know I've seen the first one, but I can't remember if I've seen any other.
I'm sure I've seen other ones. Which ones are they? I don't know. Now, the number. Let me see if I can guess the prediction.
Okay.
I'm going to guess, because I've not looked the prediction up at all.
Right.
So I'm going to guess based on not being out for the last 6 years, Johnny Depp, and a popular franchise, 260?
159.
Oh, over. I'll take 200.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Kids love this shit. 200.
I agree with you. The over. Do I want to?
Actually, wait. Doesn't it come out this weekend?
Um,
Is it in our fantasy movie league this week? It does. It's in our fantasy movie league this week.
so it comes out this weekend.
Comes out this weekend. Ooh. What was the number again?
159.
I might have to change my whole estimate based on that.
Because seen some stuff for it, but
Yeah, but it's also going against Baywatch and Guardians of the Galaxy in this third week. Ooh.
okay. Let's talk about some of the past movies that have done.
Okay.
So the first one did 305.
Yep.
Which was phenomenal for that movie because really no other pirate movie has done
Anything except for Hook,
right.
which was nothing compared to that.
Yeah, and that's not really
Right.
Yeah. Anyways,
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the closest pirate movie is fucking a movie about Peter Pan.
the funny part, yes. So Dead Man's Chest, the second one, did 423,
Which is a shitload.
yeah. So it did 120 million more. The third one did 309, so we went back down. Then the last one, the fourth one, did 241.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go over.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 170.
I just can't see those movies doing under 150. I just can't see it.
But now think about it. This is long. This is not just first weekend. So
That's what I'm saying. I can't. The number seems low to me. What they're predicting, 159.
oh yeah.
I just can't see it doing under that. I'm saying 200. The last one did 241. That was 6 years ago.
Right.
You telling me this movie can't make $200 million with Johnny Depp in it still?
That's true. That's a good point. Now I feel bad about my number.
I'm saying 200.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. Let's do one that I don't want to talk about.
That you don't want to talk about.
Dunkirk.
Okay. Why don't you want to talk about this?
Because it's you know me in war movies. I don't like them.
Oh yeah. You're such a weirdo.
I'm not weird.
You are.
I think our glorification of war is a problem.
Okay. Sure.
It's okay. That's my little PSA for how I feel about them. I think war movies are fucking stupid.
That's fine. You may be wrong about it and are wrong, but that's completely fine.
So I know nothing other than Christopher Nolan's directing this movie, which is probably the only reason anyone's going to see it. Or would want to see it.
It looks really good too. I mean, the trailers that I've seen, it does look really. It looks good to me. I don't know. This one, as soon as I saw like the first trailer, I'm in.
For those of you who don't know about what Dunkirk is,
yes,
this is a World War II movie about the German army on the beaches of Dunkirk, about Operation Dynamo. So it happens in a very specific period of time in 1940, and it's a war movie. Okay, that's all you need to know about it.
Right, and it's a true story.
Based on true story.
Based on actual.
Yes.
So, what they're predicting for this one is 175.
Under.
You're going under.
I base that on nothing other than the fact that it's a war movie, and it's. I just do not see people getting. There's been a lot of war movies. So
it's Christopher Nolan.
Let me please, some stats.
Yeah.
So I don't know what stats you looked up for this movie, but I went and looked up past World War II movies.
Okay.
Inglourious Bastards only did 120.
Okay.
That was 2009 though.
Sure.
What's the overrunner of this one again?
175.
So you want to know what the most famous World War II movie of all time is recently? Captain America. Because it takes place in World War II.
Oh,
did 176. You're telling me Dunkirk will do more than the first Captain America?
No.
You said 175.
And you said 176.
First Captain America did 176. You're telling me he's going to do
right.
better. Captain
America.
That
would do a million under.
Essentially, though.
Right.
Don't. What the fuck, man?
Well, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna do 175, 500, Bob.
I did that on one of the other ones, but you just said, do you think it's gonna do better?
Unbroken did 115. Hacksaw Ridge did 67. Allied did 40. Fury did 85.
Okay.
So is Dunkirk rated R?
No, it's PG-13.
PG-13.
So that does change things a little bit.
Let's see if there's anything else on this list that even touched that number. Pearl Harbor did 198. Saving Private Ryan did 216.
It's not going to touch Saving Private Ryan.
Well, 175 is a stone's throw away. So let's say I'm going under.
I think I'm going to go under as well.
I'm going to go $1.25. I just do not think people are going to be excited to see another war movie, especially not in Trump's America.
Why? Because we may be getting into a real war.
Seems like it every day.
I think I'm going to go. Would you say 125?
Yep.
I hate to agree with. I hate to agree with you on anything ever.
Yeah, I know.
In my life.
Yep.
Really sucks.
Problem is I'm smart. I'm always right.
You're not always right. You are smart. I will give you that.
I'm crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Fox.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that there's not necessarily an athlete. When does it come out?
It comes out July 21st.
It does. So there's really not a holiday around that.
Nope.
There's nothing.
It's getting close to what they consider the summer dump period. For those of you who don't know about the movie industry, is the movie industry, after the blockbusters hit in June and early July, they dump a lot of movies in August. July 21st is close to that time period. I'm
going to go 100 million.
Wow.
I'm going to go less than you.
Okay. Good for you. Hating the war movies with me.
No. In fact, the real problem is I'm going to go see it. I really want to see that movie in theater.
You're going to help break your own.
I am. I don't care. I'm going to do it.
All right.
So anyways, there we go. Dunkirk. Yeah.
Okay. Dunkirk. Great.
Let's do. God damn. Oh, but do you want one good thing about Dunkirk?
Tell me.
It's an original movie.
True.
So we don't have many on this list.
That is true. In fact, it might be the only one on the list.
No, there's one other one.
Oh, there is.
Yes.
Well, kind of. We'll get to that last. We'll save the best for last. I want to talk about it a little bit. Next one. How about Planet of the Apes?
Okay, sure.
War. For the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
I'm going to throw some stats at you that I found fascinating.
Okay.
I don't know a single person, literally a single person, that has seen one of these Planet of the Apes movies.
You're wrong on that.
You have.
Well, no, not me, but yeah. Did I see the first? The Rise of the... No, I haven't seen either one of the
Who do we know that's seen him?
Well, Trash Man.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Trash Man, and I think Dizzle also did.
Did he? Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I talked to my friends just briefly, earlier today, talking in the office and stuff. No one has seen it. However, Rise of the Planet of the Apes did 176 million. The second one, Planet of the Apes, did 180, and the third one, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, did 208. So every movie has increased in revenue.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought they were going to be diving like a stone, but they keep making them because I guess people are going to see these movies. I thought they were fucking... The previews look like dog shit to me.
Actually, I think that they've all actually looked really good to me, to be honest with you, but I have not seen them. For whatever reason, I just have not seen them. Actually, I think I caught the end of one of them on like TV or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, God damn it. Well, I kind of ruined that one. First, I think I was trying, I don't know what the hell I was doing, but yeah, they do keep going up, and what they are predicting for this one is 178. So it's a pretty modest number for the 208 the last one did.
So I got to go over.
All right. So
I'm going to go 220. I think they're on an upward trend. Let alone I've not ever seen one.
Right.
Because all I can think about when I watch the previews is fucking Spaceballs at the end when the ship lands on the Planet of the Apes and they're looking at, President Scrooge and climbing out of the nose. Like, what are those things coming out of her nose? They look like Spaceballs. That's all I can think of when I see the Planet of the Apes previews is that fucking scene in Spaceballs.
I only think of The Simpsons where they did the Planet of the Apes musical.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Zayas.
Yep. Good call.
So I'm going to go under on this one.
Okay.
But I'm only going to go slightly under.
Our first real disagreement.
Right. I'm going to go 165 on this one.
So essentially, I am riding the wave and you're hoping that it breaks on the shore.
I'm not hoping that it breaks on the shore. I'm just not. I just don't have a whole lot of confidence in this one.
Again, another remake though, so I hope it falls on its face. Hope I'm wrong. It makes $80 million and they don't see another one.
Sure,
but
anyways.
I'll be right because unfortunately that's the curse I have.
It's your lot in life.
Okay, let's move on.
What do you want to talk about?
Ooh,
so we have
Wonder Woman.
You want to do Wonder Woman?
Yep.
Okay.
This one comes out this weekend? Next weekend?
No.
Oh, June 2nd. Next
Okay.
weekend.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So this comes out on June 2nd. Wonder Woman. I think most people have probably seen the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, which she plays a significant role in.
Right.
And for those of you who don't know who Wonder Woman is, I can't help you.
Seriously.
I'm not explaining it to you.
Right.
Fuck off. So, you got some numbers for me on this one?
I do, actually.
What do you got for me?
So, okay, first off, let's go with what the prediction is.
Okay.
Prediction's 340.
Okay, that's a high prediction.
That is a high prediction. However, in time, it may be able to get to there. I don't know. So let's talk about Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
That did 330
It did. With a ton of hype around it.
with a ton of hype.
A ton of hype, but it was also a bad movie.
Right.
So,
The hype fell off right after the first weekend, though.
yes, they made a lot of money the first weekend and the hype train died.
Yes.
However, it did make 330.
Let's talk about another one that the hype train kind of left behind. Suicide Squad.
Yes.
So I'm sticking the DC universe.
I am too.
Okay.
Yes.
Suicide Squad did 325.
Okay.
So that's pretty significant.
And although you liked Suicide Squad, the critics and most of the audiences agreed were very split on it. I think the Rotten Tomatoes is like 60%.
Yeah.
So not a great movie either.
Yeah, but it's
Maybe a good movie, not a great movie.
60% is still pretty good.
Right. I would say not a great movie.
Right.
A good
Sure.
movie.
Sure. Okay. I'll give you. Oh, all right.
See, here's the thing. Like, I feel like now I say it wasn't a great movie. People think it sucked. No. Suicide Squad was probably an average to better, slightly better than average movie. Whereas Batman vs. Superman was a terrible movie.
I would rather see Suicide Squad. Yeah.
So would I.
More than I would Batman vs. Superman.
But it doesn't mean it was a great movie. But 325 is a lot of money.
But another one that I liked that I don't think a lot of people did was Man of Steel.
I think Superman movies have kind of an issue in Hollywood.
They really do, and I have no idea why.
Because Superman's kind of dumb.
Oh. Okay.
That's why. And honestly, like Superman's kind of lame.
Oh.
Superman.
All right, yeah, okay. But that Man of Steel only did 291.
Yep. I'm not surprised because it's Superman.
Yeah.
That's why you put Batman in and it does $40 million more.
And again, sticking with the DC universe, you have Green Lantern that did 116.
Nope. Doesn't count.
Or Catwoman that did $40 million.
That was the worst movie of all time. You ever watch that scene in YouTube?
Yes.
The basketball scene with
Yeah.
Catwoman?
Yeah.
With how many camera cuts there are?
Yep.
Dude.
You showed me that, and it's ridiculous.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is.
That movie's fucking terrible. That killed Halle Berry's career, by the way.
Although, if we get to it, we probably won't.
Okay.
There's a new movie coming out that she's doing that looks pretty good.
What is it?
It's called Kidnap,
Ooh.
and
I'm into the name.
her kid gets kidnapped, obviously, but
Tell me Liam Neeson shows up halfway through the movie. Oh, I was so pumped.
I've got a particular set of skills.
I thought for sure it was going to be like a crossover movie with Liam Neeson.
Well, but it does, she goes to find her kid, she sees it happen, somebody pulls the kid into a car.
Okay.
So she chases them down in a minivan, and then tries to stop for to talk to the cop because she lost her phone. All this is in the trailer. And she decides the cops aren't going to be fast enough, so she goes after them because she knows what the car looks like, and it looks like a Taken type of movie.
All right.
Not bad.
Right. I'm into that.
But anyways, back to Wonder Woman. 340.
340 is a lot.
It seems way high to me.
I'm going over.
You're going over. I'm going under.
I'm going 350.
Wow.
You know why? I think most of the critics have agreed this is a great movie.
It does look really good,
and I used to think having a female lead would be a detriment to a movie like Wonder Woman. However, Star Wars has changed that for everybody. Thank you, Star Wars, for breaking the mold on female leads carrying films. Because of that, it's no longer a taboo for an action movie to be a female-led movie.
So, all right, I'm going to go under.
Okay.
I'm going to go 300.
You really think it's going to do worse than Superman? Batman versus Superman. Wow.
Man, that's a good point.
I know. But if you say anything higher than that, you're basically saying it's going to hit the number. 335 is, splitting hairs.
Oof. You make a good point. You have me thinking.
There is definite hype around Wonder Woman.
There is
definite hype.
And it does look good.
Yes. And the critics are saying it looks good.
Damn, you're right.
This is why I thought, remember we talked, before the podcast, I asked Travis if you wanted to make the numbers before we talked about things, because we could talk each other into stuff.
Sure, absolutely, but I'm okay with that.
Okay, I'm just yeah, I know.
I like educated opinions.
I did my homework on these.
Oh, we did the same homework, but
How come you're thinking about it just now? You should have had all this in your mind.
oh, because I really didn't put. You wanted to do these numbers. I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into these.
Well, I mean, if you think it's going to do lower,
I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong, but I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
Just out of principle.
Okay.
And it's taking too long. So
whatever, man.
let's go on to the next one.
Who cares how long it takes? People are going to listen if it's interesting. What do you got for the next one?
Let's do the Emoji Movie. Let's do the only other original movie on this list.
Okay.
Did you watch the preview for this?
All I can get over is that Patrick Stewart is the voice of shit.
Oh yeah. Dude, I love Stephen Wright as the emoji. Listen, did you watch? Okay, here's my next question.
Okay.
Did you watch the Lego Movie?
Oh yeah.
Did you like the Lego Movie?
Loved it.
Okay. I think this has a similar trajectory as Lego Movie.
Ooh. Now, what's the numbers? Give us the numbers here.
The number is 230.
Oh. Okay.
230.
So I think this will be one of the biggest flops of the year.
Really?
I'm going to put the number, I'm going to say 130.
You're saying 130.
I think this movie was like a complete piece of shit.
Really? You think really?
Yes. Now, animated movies like this are notoriously difficult to predict.
Absolutely.
Travis had a few more on the list. We originally had Cars 3 on the list, and we had another one on the list Despicable Me.
Yeah.
His animated movies historically are very difficult to predict. I think Emoji Movie is going to flop very badly.
I'm also going to go under.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to go under very much.
Okay.
Because the Lego Movie did 257.
Yes.
I mean, again, I mean,
Lego Movie though has a track record with the Lego stuff of being very popular.
But kids movies sell.
But some do. Some flop terribly. And this one has nothing behind it. There's no TV show behind it. There's no marketing gimmick behind it other than being on phones, emojis. But there's nothing, I think this is set up, and this will be something we'll find out.
Sure.
If I'm predicting, this is the Bobo bust of approval. It's a approved bust. Put it down, 130. It's going to make 50% of its budget, of its number. I think it's going to be terrible. I do not think this will resonate with audiences at all.
I don't know, man. That trailer is pretty good.
To be fair, I thought Angry Birds was going to flop like dog shit too, and I was completely wrong about that. But at least it had a game behind it.
I'm not putting my full. I'm gonna go under, but I'm going 200. I think it makes 200. So
okay,
that I like I said, I think this has the potential to be similar to the Lego Movie, where that one kind of really blew out. Other animated movies. It looks funny too.
But I think the Lego movies have something in them that no other animated movies in that genre have. I think it's hard to compare those two.
Let me give you something else to consider here.
Okay.
Big Hero 6.
The fuck is that?
It's an animated movie.
Are there 5 other ones before it?
No.
What?
No, it's Big Hero 6.
Dude, kids, I am not in the kids movie wheelhouse.
And so this is why I bring this one up.
Okay.
Because I know TJ Miller, who is from Deadpool and Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley, phenomenal fucking show.
Great show.
But so TJ Miller voiced the lead, the main person in Big Hero 6.
Okay.
Also, he's doing the Emoji Movie.
Okay.
Big Hero 6, you've never even heard of it, did $222 million in the U.S. alone.
Okay.
It did. I'm just saying this because it's crazy. Worldwide did $657 million.
I just think Emoji Movie sounds like date movie to me. It sounds like a gimmick movie.
It's okay. That's a good point.
That's again.
I'm still going under. I'm still going under 200. But yes,
when it comes to Fantasy Movie League, I think I will not be putting it in my roster ever because I think it's going to underperform massively. Just Throwing that out there.
Depends on what it comes up next to.
We'll
If it's the only kids movie out there,
We'll see.
I mean, listen, you know from playing it, kids movies do really well.
Some
All
do.
of them.
Some do. Some really tank though.
None of them that since we've been playing,
If kids don't want to go see it, they don't go see it.
but none of them have. Like at this point, they all really do.
There were a couple that came out that really flopped. Honestly, you just don't remember them. There were a couple that came out that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
And we want to know what you think as well.
All right.
So
The last one. Are there two more?
there's two more.
There's two more.
You wanted two more?
Oh yeah, we're doing them.
Okay.
We come this far.
Which one did you want to save to the last? Well, tell me the one that you don't want. Which one do you want to do next?
Let me pull it up. The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Let's talk mummies.
This looks
Oh my God, this looks like the worst movie I've ever seen.
It really does.
I think Tom Cruise is the most underrated actor in Hollywood. Put my stamp on that. I don't know how he's not won an Academy Award yet. He's usually a box office bank. Like you can bank on Tom Cruise to make money, even in a bad movie. But
because they've been bad. Yeah. Okay.
he actually look at the movies he's been in the last few years. Not many bad ones, Travis.
Okay. Sure. But all right. Keep talking.
That's all I have to say about it. That's all the good I have. Tom Cruise is the only reason this movie will not make $2 million. Because people will go see Tom Cruise.
This does look really bad. Like I don't understand the thought process behind
this. Looks like
this.
the Fantastic Four reboot bad. This looks like Total Recall reboot bad. I don't know what the numbers are.
Okay.
I'm predicting this movie makes $70 million.
Am I putting that down?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna put $70 million.
The prediction is 143.
Yep. Perfect. 50% of it.
So I did some I looked up some stats here. Edge of Tomorrow. Another I did all Tom Cruise movies
So did I.
of recent years.
Yep.
So Edge of Tomorrow did 100 million.
100 million. Yep.
Jack Reacher did 80.
80. Yep. Rated R though. Right?
Maybe. Night and Day did 76.
That was a long time ago too. That's a comedy though. It's kind of different genre. Which Jack? There's two Jack Reachers. So
I only did the first one. I don't because
well, the new one just came out, so it's more recent.
yeah. Let me
I think it made like 86 or something. Wasn't much more, but I mean, he's reliably been a box office draw though.
Jack Reacher 2 only made 58.6 million.
Really?
Right.
Feeling better about my number than I thought.
Yeah. Now, but it made 162 worldwide. So he is still box office draw. Man, your number is pretty good.
I did that blind too, shooting from the hip there.
You really were.
I'm like Aaron Burr
Well-
shooting Alexander Hamilton, Just pointing and firing, bro.
I'm still gonna go under
Okay.
because I don't think it's making 143.
It looks terrible.
It really does.
Ooh.
I'm gonna price this right you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 65. I'm gonna go just under what you're doing.
Wow. Well, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Dude, with Jack Reacher making 58?
All right, let's go to the last one then.
Okay.
Because we know that movie sucks. So fuck it. I mean, we can talk about all we want. 60 million, 70 million. That movie is dog shit. I can smell it from here. Here we go. Dark Tower.
Okay. So I know nothing about this movie. Well, I shouldn't say that. I knew nothing about this.
Do you know anything about The Dark Tower?
I know it's a Stephen King series.
You've never read it.
No, I shouldn't say it like that because I have read Stephen King. Yeah, I've never read this. I don't. And there is a lot of hype over this book and this series. Everybody loves it. Have you read it?
Yes.
And you love it?
You're in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
So I don't love it. I appreciate it. Stephen King, for what it's worth, considers The Dark Tower, the series, to be his magnus opus. He considers them to be his best work.
Okay.
People think of him as a horror author. He does not. He thinks of himself as these books representing the best of what he's ever done. I want to put that out there, people. If you thought it was good, Cujo, Green Mile, all that shit, he thinks this is better than all of those.
Okay.
That's just for the record. And it looks like they've done a fantastic job with this movie.
It does look really good.
Yes.
I mean, not knowing anything about the story, just off the trailer, I want to see it.
Okay.
I don't know that. We'll see as we get closer if I want to see it in the theaters, but I don't know.
Okay.
So Do you want me to give you what they're predicting on this?
Yes.
They're predicting 140.
Ooh.
How did you do did you do research for this one?
Don't need to.
Okay.
I don't care. There's no This is the only true original movie this summer coming out. It's based on a book, but it's an original movie.
Okay.
No series ever. It's not a remake of a series. It's an original movie based on a Stephen King novel, which is we consider Green Mile an original movie too. I think.
Sure, but so would be Dunkirk and the Emoji Movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Dunkirk's kind of based on a true story. It's true. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. So okay, you're right. I take that back.
But so you didn't do any kind of research for this?
Don't need to.
Because I tried to. I tried to do a little bit of research on this.
I know enough about the Dark Tower to know it's going to be a fucking slam dunk. I researched. So sometimes I'll get into the numbers. Like if I'm looking to try to predict a shit fucking pile turd like the Dark Knight or the Last Night or whatever it is for Transformers.
Right. Yeah.
I'll dive into the numbers because that's the best way to predict things.
Right.
There is no way to predict how the Dark Tower is going to do.
I agree.
Other than understanding the movie, when it's going to be released, who's in it, the budget, and what it looks like. Looking at it on face value is very important in this.
I think we're also a little far away from getting a feel of how it'll do as well.
Oh, that might be true. It comes out in August. We have a little bit.
Because one of the things I looked up was The Martian, the movie The Martian.
Yes.
The book was beloved, and
what?
Excuse me. Book was beloved.
But
yeah,
no.
The Martian, the book.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It was only popular after the movie came out.
No. No. I had heard about when they first started shooting that movie. I had heard about people going nuts over it because of how well the book did.
It was not a great seller, I don't think, before it came out as a movie. I mean, it was a good book. Like, it was a bestseller, but not like a runaway, like a Stephen King novel bestseller. It's by a first-time author who took 4 years to write it.
All I can say is that the hype train was already going with The Martian before.
I do not know how you heard about the book before the movie. That's fascinating to me.
What do you mean? Okay. Anyways,
I can't believe that it was not that popular.
Oh,
he self-published it first.
Okay, but I still like I said, it still was. People were talking about it when they were casting the movie.
Well, the cast it's a star-studded cast. I mean, it's got Matt Damon.
Right, but but because I was like, what the hell is this book, The Martian? Because people were going nuts about how good the book was and if it would be true to it, and
really,
yeah. So that did 228 million.
Right.
So I tried to look at some other things that were like that, with like Fantastic Beasts. Now that's part of that's hard.
See, but it's different. It's a kids movie,
and it's also a part of a franchise.
Well, is it?
Yeah. Oh, it's a Harry Potter movie.
Kind of. It's an offshoot. It's not part of the regular series, though.
It's a prequel.
Right, but it's not part of the Harry Potter novels.
Well, she wrote it.
Right, she wrote it. That's what I'm saying. J.K. Rowling wrote it. That's
right, yeah.
But it's not a Harry Potter. Not, I mean, really.
Well, it's in the same universe.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Anyways. But that one did 234.
That's it?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it did more than that.
Well, domestically.
I thought it did more than that. I thought the movie was a smash hit here. Wow, that surprises me.
Yeah.
I thought it did more than
that. 50 Shades of Grey, the original, did 156.
See, now that's more comparable. It's an R-rated movie.
Right. The other one, too, that kind of has me, and I already know your argument on this one, but Ghost in the Shell.
Well, it's not a book, so.
No, but it had a rabid fan base. And it only did $40 million.
Well, I haven't seen it.
I
don't want to talk about it because I haven't seen it yet. However, it's different. It's a remake of a Japanese movie compared to a book by Stephen King. I don't think they're comparable, really. I think comparing novels like 50 Shades of Grey is a better way to do it.
I mean, they both have a fan base that is excited for a movie that either did or didn't show up.
Do you know anybody that is a fan of Ghost in the Shell?
You.
Besides me, though. I'm weird.
Hey, there we go.
Well, we all know that, but
yes.
I admit I'm weird.
Right.
And I'm probably the only person I know other than one other person who's actually a fan of Ghost in the Shell. And I know a lot of weeaboos. Right. It's not a very big fan base.
It's a pretty rabid fan base.
Oh, no. It is a vocal minority. Agreed.
Sure.
But will that carry a movie? Usually when that happens, things like that, it flops spectacularly. Like the Highlander movies are a good example of that. People that like the Highlander, like me, fucking love Highlander movies.
Right.
They flop universally.
Yes, they do.
So I mean, that's just how those kind of go sometimes.
Right.
This though is a Stephen King novel, and which one he considers to be his best novel.
Right, but Stephen King movies do not typically do very well.
They're not been released recently though, different time periods.
Right, but but they still don't do very well. I mean,
They are usually cult hits though, because they're mostly horror not.
Sure, but that doesn't do anything for box office.
This has much more box office appeal.
I agree.
Also, Game of Thrones has changed the landscape and Lord of the Rings movies for fantasy movies. Like, it's different now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But before The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies came out, could you imagine a fantasy movie doing, fucking $1 billion worldwide almost? I mean, that seems impossible.
right.
Now it's like commonplace. And this is probably better for a lot of people than what those movies are going to be.
This will be better for me. I mean, I hate the fucking Lord of the Rings.
I do too. As much as I love those goddamn books.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter too. Like, the genre is massively expanded.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the appeal's a lot broader.
So what's your number then? I mean, you're obviously going over.
300 million.
You're going 300.
That's double what they think on a movie that made $60 million budget. I'm predicting 300 million. And I might be low. I think by August, when there's no other movies in theaters, this hype train is going to fucking roll into the station, roll past the station, and be like fucking Speed when it busts out of the fucking subway into the street.
Sure. I also am going to go over. But
I almost wanted to say more. But I'm not going to, but I want to say more than Wonder Woman. I'm very close to thinking that.
I don't think it'll do more than Wonder Woman.
I'm going to say, I still think 300 million. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this movie.
I think you're letting your excitement get a little heady.
I'm pretty good at this. I think people underestimate people like Stephen King also, because he's mostly our parents' age and older, like watch him. They're not a big vocal minority on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're going to come out to see this fucking movie.
I wouldn't count on that because what is going against that is that he has two movies coming out around the same time.
Oh, that's true. No, that's true.
So you could almost see an instance where a fan is going to choose between which one they want to go see, and it is probably a more popular.
It's a more popular horror movie.
Right.
I think it's a different genre, but I think people that like Game of Thrones will go see this movie because it's darker, it's grittier, it's like a Game of Thrones, and that has proved wildly successful. And there hasn't been a fantasy movie like that since maybe the last Hobbit movie, like a darker,
Yeah.
It's been a while. People like fantasy though. They don't want to go see Fantastic Beasts. They want to see some fucking grit.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be huge. I do.
Although I like Game of Thrones, which I don't know why I do.
I hate that stuff. So whatever.
And you saying that it's like Game of Thrones makes me not want to go see it.
Oh, I mean, I think it's going to be like have you not read the books?
No.
So they're very dark.
Yeah, well that's fine.
Well,
I like dark.
Well, Game of Thrones is dark. That's what I'm saying. It's adult. It's got a lot of adult, mature themes in it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I say that. Also, the Dark Tower is like a fantasy western.
Right. It's more like yeah.
That's basically, it's like a fantasy western which turns into like a time traveling universe, parallel jumping sliders sort of thing.
I'm gonna go 200 million.
Okay.
Because the more and more I'm thinking about this, it reminds me of what was that fucking stupid movie where they could bend the bullet? Like, it was
Oh God! Don't even, dude.
Angelina Jolie.
What's that called?
Is it Wanted?
No.
Uh,
Oh my God! Though I know what you're talking about.
what?
There's like they have like the gun kata stuff. That's what they call it in the movie or whatever when they can shoot the bullets by moving and stuff.
I didn't see it enough to know that.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh.
I saw it. It's terrible. It's as bad as you think it is, Travis.
It is called Wanted.
Oh,
It is called Wanted.
okay.
So I
Good.
at least knew that.
Good job.
Uh,
I knew what it was about. You knew the name together. And our powers combined, we're a shitty movie.
that is true. They probably made a lot of money.
Yep.
But it reminds me of that because with him like reloading, like throwing the bullets up and reloading like that. Man, I don't know. I'm still gonna go 200. I'm still gonna go over.
I cannot. I just think that's the best movie of the year coming out.
All right.
Next to Star Wars and Blade Runner, but number 3 for me.
I'm sure there'll be
Lego
other.
Batman, number 4.
You that excited about Lego Batman?
It's awesome. It came out.
Oh, that's right. It did come out. I see. I
You didn't see it yet?
No.
Oh, I thought you
won't.
would have for sure. Really? Why not?
Nah. I mean, I liked. The Lego movie was overhyped for me. By the time I got to it, everybody was saying it was the best movie ever, and then I got to.
Does that affect you at all?
Oh yeah, it does.
Really?
Absolutely.
I can't believe that affects you.
Oh, it does.
You seem very insulated to that sort of thing.
No. I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure that's why I like.
So all I have to say is Dark Tower is going to be the fucking worst movie ever for 5 weeks straight, and by the time it comes out, you'll be so hyped to see it just to prove me wrong.
Well, it's not based off of one opinion, so like.
Well, I can get everyone else to tell about it too.
It's got to be an aggregate, like because like you can kind of tell when like when movies are going to be bad and going to be good, like as far as marketing goes, and I don't know. But that one by the time I got to it, I was like, plus, I don't know. It was a little hokey for me, but it was a kids movie, so it's supposed to be.
Hot take right there. Travis calling a kids movie hokey.
Yeah. So,
all right.
But anyway,
so these will all be on the website.
Yeah.
So go vote and see who you agree with more. If I'm more right or Travis is more right, we're basically though in agreement on a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, we want to know what you think. Are these over or are these under? So then at the end, we'll see if everybody was right or everybody was wrong.
Yep. I'm excited.
And if you have a number that you think that we didn't hit, email to us, call us, message us, hit us on Twitter.
Let us know how fucked we are in the head.
You can comment on an Instagram picture, anything. Let us know. We'll figure it out. So speaking of calls, fortunately, Uncle Hare left us a couple more messages. So let's listen to you.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
I didn't listen to these.
Let's listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, it's Hare. What fucking legacy of yours do you think that I'm going to be carrying on when you're gone? I mean, I'm really trying the legacy that you used to wear mesh shorts and tank tops to work on Fridays because you're a fucking social degenerate. I'm definitely not going to be moving in with your wife. She hates the shit out of me. So, yeah, you might want to scrap that entire plan because if you die, the only thing I'm going to be doing is coming to steal your shit before someone else takes it. Fuck you.
I like the little fuck you at the end.
So I guess my doppelganger is exactly like me in every way because I would do the same thing to him if he died. I predicted that, so
you should die just so he can take those goddamn dogs.
Oh, he won't take the dogs. My brother is. So my twin is scared of big dogs.
Oh, that's right.
Ironically.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand that at all. Maybe we're not twins after all.
Because they're bigger than he is.
Well, they're bigger than me too.
Yeah, well. You can handle yourself.
All right. Play another one for me.
Yeah, here again. I just got to the part where you told me that if I call in, I get a part in if it's a movie or script read. I don't know, but I want to be Blink-182. I'm going to give you my Blink-182 impression. I talk like this the entire time, and it's going to be really cool. So put me in your fucking movie, or I'm going to come to your house dressed in that body armor from that InfoWars website and murder you in your sleep.
So you got the part, Hare.
Hare is Blink-182. He doesn't realize that Tom DeLonge's not in Blink-182 anymore, though.
That's true.
So they don't sound like that. But let's try.
And the last one.
So let me get this straight. You spend most of your night recording your wife while she sleeps for a podcast
That's correct.
that no one listens to.
You listen to it, idiot.
That is by far creepier than Steve Klein maybe going on a porn website and maybe looking at 16-year-old girls because he thought they were 19. But you're admitting that you just spend your free time, months and months of volume, as you said, hundreds of recordings of you just recording your fucking wife talking while she sleeps. Creepy. You're creepy as shit. You're a fucking pedophile, and you should go to prison, and Steve Klein should be back in Newfound Glory so they don't suck anymore. Well, they're still going to suck, but that's because they never were that good.
Well, I'd like to find out the point of that conversation in Hare's mind where I went from being creepy from taping my adult wife to being a pedophile for it. I want to know that leap of faith or logic.
I think it's pretty sound and pretty close.
Okay, well, you know what? When a spade's a spade, call a spade a spade. So
So by all means, give us a call and tell us how creepy we are.
They can't be any worse than those voicemails.
No, that was pretty funny though.
If you want to call in, the number is 747 banging
747-226-4464.
But if you call in, make fun of Travis. I get enough shit from Hare. Someone needs to make fun of this guy.
That's true. I normally wouldn't agree with you, but I do.
And there's a lot to make fun of there.
That's true.
I mean, your stupid movie predictions. You think that Fast 5 is art for some reason. I mean, there's a lot. Come on, guys.
There is.
That's all in one episode.
There's ample.
There's 24 episodes before this. We can get a bunch of shit on, all right?
Anyways, pwthepodcast.com. We always have extra stuff like pictures and shit that goes along with the episodes. So make sure you're going there. Vote on the polls. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all PW the Podcast across the board.
Find that on iTunes, SoundCloud. We're on YouTube now. PW the Podcast. Type it in everywhere. You'll find us. We're not hard to find. If you're looking at it, tell your family, your friends, your loved ones, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, second cousins, third cousins, kissing cousins, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't judge. We just want some listeners, whatever, man.
We might judge.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. See you next week.
Later.